Alright, so apparently recording stopped at lap 27 due to insufficient storage space on the where my OBS recordings are going. So now we can kind of narrate the rest of this. So I don't remember what allowed that caution coming out here. This is lap 27.
Watch your speed.
That was the last caution. Somebody messed up somewhere. Came down, put on 4 tires, and well, actually, I think we came down pit road.
Box in for 5,
the last time.
4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Alright, did we put tires on it? Yeah, let's have a look-see on the outside. Nope, we didn't put tires on it that time because I forgot I didn't have tires checked on it. So that only leads to us having to go back down pit road one more time. Because we decided I unchecked them the last time and I missed pit road, so I didn't go back down there again. I thought after I passed the thing it was going to reset it, but it's not until you go down pit road again before it's actually going to remember to, before it actually uncheck the, reset the tires and fuel and stuff, so dumb mistake. We are back in 18th spot.
Watch your speed.
We're so close to the end within the last about 15 laps, so we might as well take tires being back here in the
Box in 5,
back in the field.
4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
So a 15 lap shootout, we'll throw on 4 fresh sticker tires. I'm gonna go back out there and give it a go. So all the previous damage that was accrued during the accident with myself and the 4 car, and we'll get to exactly what happened in that particular incident later, because I apologize because I thought I got up there on it, but we'll have a look at that replay, and I don't believe his opinion of what happened is exactly what actually happened. We set ourselves up for about a 15 lap shootout, 16 lap shootout. Let's see, we're going green this time by. We are not. We're going to skip through some of this. This is all boring and not terribly important. Alright. Here we are. We are back again. The final restart of the race. Starting back here in 17th position. 4 fresh tires. And a handful of people up there. Some people didn't have fresh tires. We're going to go back racing. We are 4 fresh tires this short to the end, and as far back as I was, I'm just trying to get every position I can possibly get. Little bad that I had to slow down for this. Kind of came down. Well, it's not too thrilled about that, but something on that there, so I don't think it went up the bottom, but I lost too much momentum. Slide back in behind him. Trying to run that high line up here, get a good run off the corner. Just been watching a lot of people slamming this wall coming off 4. They're getting in that throttle a little harder than they probably should. pressure on them. Try to stick it down here at the bottom. Have to give him some room because he's probably still up there. Not willing to let him have the low line here. Trying to force him up there. Driving it a little harder, got on the brakes. Just trying to map the throttle whatever I can. We cleared him. 12 car. Bounces off the wall. Trying to get down here. Pick some more spots off. Trying to stay where I have some draft on those straightaways. I don't care. I'd like some clean air on the front, give me good downforce. Grip coming off the corner. Smash that front end right down on the ground and harden that right front off, but it don't even matter. Team got into the wall up there. It's definitely still down the momentum. We are catching it. Slamming the throttle. We got another car in the wall up here. Slows this momentum down just a tiny bit. Gotta force the 15 down to take that low line. Thankfully, 15 did not come back up the track again. So, kudos to the 15. We're just driving it in here, running the high line. Now we want to work on these guys. Just to get up here and just hammer on it. So we got loose. We still got the momentum. Let's Brady's gonna come back up the track, so try to give him a little bit extra room there. Now we're working on the 23 or 13 spot. That's playing the 12. Just trying to get that good momentum off the corner. Keep our speed up. Just keep hoping these guys are going to start making some mistakes. Where that speed is, the 23 makes a mistake, we're going to take him on the outside. Bounced off the wall. On the mission, trying to get as many spots as I can get before this race goes over and we get a caution. Got up on 6 to go. There's don't mean nothing, I ain't got no more sense. I'm going to drive the wheels off it or let's see how far we can get. Big angle cars, we've got a little bit of a wreck going on there. Nice save on that part. Everybody being real nice. Down to the inside, try to take the spot away from 13. Down in there, just can't do it. We're starting to see some tire fade because we really have been light switching the throttle and really just driving it in the corner deeper than I might normally. Let those tires take all that abuse. We're still going too wide. Oh, a little bit of contact. Whew. Trying to not let the other people who are making mistakes slow me down. Down to the bottom. 3 wide going into the corner. Just can't do it. I had too much speed and had to back off. Some ground to them. We're up to the 11th spot. Now they're almost close to the wall right there, just lost some momentum. Try to take advantage of it down to the bottom. Sticking it down there. Turning my head toward here. Holy crap, it does anyway. Ah, should have been doing that. Even more fun. Well, we got those spots up to 9th spot. Lap 43 of 45 laps. Technically, there's 3 laps left. I don't really think we're going to get nowhere else, though. I have really abused the tires. They're getting a push off. Just plowing and coming off the turn. The only thing I could do would be to let off a little earlier and just kind of use the brakes and try to get to the bottom. I just didn't think it was worth trying to push it. End up hitting the wall because I got a little close here. Just don't push it. Good distance between us and the guy behind us. Let's just ride the rest of these few laps out. We got the spots we can get. Red flag in here. We have an 18th spot. We had almost 10 positions. Since the drop of the green flag after that caution. So these guys went through up and scraped the wall. There's 3 cars in front of me. Is the 4 car that we got into an incident with back there. So not a bad result. 9th place. Out of a total 24 cars, 23 started the race, and only 17 were on the lead lap. It's going to be a decent finish. We've got a 31 point iRating increase. Lost some of that from the 4X and the 4. I took the blame for that, but as we will potentially see, I don't really think that was necessarily the case. So I think that was the first caution. As we zoom out here. Oh, that's not where. What happened? Lap 13. Here we are. So. We got back going after one of the earlier cautions. I'm going to keep it down the bottom and get back by this 20 car. Yep, they're just kind of freight training me in the outside line. Just can't keep that momentum going down there on the bottom like I was. Kind of slowing the 9 down. Car trying to work on me to get by me on the outside. 20 car made it by. And some contact with myself in the 4 car. I took the blame for that, feeling like I must have came up the track and bumped into him just a little bit. But for chase, couple different lines going on here. 4 car running that high line, getting a little too close to the thing up there, actually getting a little bit loose. I'd challenge to think that he didn't have the wheel corrected back in the other direction, trying to counter that spin. Car was getting a little bit loose. Getting loose. Comes off. Turning pretty hard to the right, and he's countering it a little bit. Car is yawed out as he comes off that corner. What's your steering wheel look like? And I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that I did not do the exact same thing coming off many corners. Here we ride with them. Tire steering will come back to the right a little bit. Trying to kind of get it up near the wall here again. And as we start coming off, kind of natural slide, the wheel's now straight as we are turning the curve. So he's really putting it down, trying to get it to come off up here. 20 cars yawed a little bit as it's probably sliding a little bit. He's doing a good job. There's nothing wrong. Come off the corner like I've done several times, many times in practice. But as we start coming off up here, he's definitely sliding a little bit, trying to keep it off the wall. He's got a bit of wheel turned to the other direction. And from his view, it looks very much like it's probably just fine. It's kind of got into me there. From his view, it looks like I came up into him. You can see my car is continuing to get closer and closer and closer to him as we start coming up off the corner. But I think his turn, that wheel, was what caused his car to come down. You can't really see it in that view. But if we rear chase, no, far chase. As it comes off the corner, his car starts to point to the inside of the track, and he comes down, and we netcode touched and bounced off each other. Ended up a little bit worse for myself. I feel like I did a pretty good job of staying as close to them as I can to make sure I've got a good line coming inside there, but I guess maybe it's not any one individual person's fault per se. He was going through the corner, sliding through the thing in there. I was getting kind of close to him. The netcode, if that should have been a no-touch, maybe a light bump for a 0x coming off of that. Now, what I felt like was something that was on them as we look at it from my view. I am coming up and staying near this line and keeping it where I was at, and he kind of looked like it come down. Try to keep it away from the wall, which is ideal. He's keeping it off the wall. I have God, that was some crappy netcode. Wasn't even close enough to get contact. Boom! Shocks into my tire. Well, it was basically an accident. I feel like I could have been a little farther away from him and he could have not come down a little bit. Break even. Still won't blame him though. I went for a ride. If I went for a ride and told me I was going to finish 9th after that, I wouldn't have believed a word of it. It was really the only incident, and I just kind of plowed through those guys at the end, just driving as hard as I could. And, was able to, in that last section, lay down the fastest lap of my entire race. Really not that great of a lap, to be honest. 31.9. I should have like a 31.5. That's just what my qualifying time was. Yeah, 31.5s. Didn't even touch my qualifying times. Well, yeah, this is part 2 of the first one. Just have to make sure I delete the old recordings that only span that week.